You're an by the way. I know you're doing.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Three Idiots Talking podcast. We are here with another paid album request thanks to one of our subscribers. We have been doing these album requests, specifically negotiating prices for album requests if you guys want to bump your album requests to the top of the queue. However, we're going to be putting a little bit of a pause on that just for a tiny frame for a little bit in order to catch up on some of our other albums. We have a whole lot of stuff to do, album and video wise, to catch up on, so we are going to be putting a little bit of a pause on that temporarily, not for very long till we catch up. But this particular album was the last one we had a paid request for, and this was called A Storm in Heaven by the band The Verve. This came out in 1993, 10 songs, 47 minutes. Outside of that, I know basically nothing except that I believe, Cole, you mentioned this is a 5 minute words. What'd you call it? What genre? Shoegaze, that's
space rock revival.
Shoegaze, space rock revival. So the music nerds out there will be like, oh, that's what it is. And I'll be like, huh?
I didn't know space rock needed.
Yeah.
Like, when was space rock in that it was being revived?
I don't know.
The early 90s.
So shoegaze is also Loveless, right? Like that's a nice.
Yes,
okay. Well, thank you shout out to you guys who are watching this, because you fellas got us past 800 subscribers in our live stream, which we've now gotten through, and that means our next sub goal video will be Loveless by My Bloody Valentine. So be ready for that. It's going to be pretty fun. However, it's time to get started into A Storm in Heaven by The Verve. Thank you for the subscriber who posted. I don't think they wanted us to specifically call them out, so appreciate it. And yeah, let's get into it. A Storm in Heaven, The Verve, starting with Star Sail. Yeah, Nathan, I'm going into this completely blind, so.
Never heard this. I've never heard anything by them besides Bruce Willis.
I like this little beat here, though.
Can we turn the lead guitar up a little bit?
That would be nice. Wow.
Right, I recommend an album.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn you guys up. Anyone can recommend an album. We have I'll tell you afterwards. That was a lot. There are elements of a good song here. There are. I am partial to this instrumental. I think it has a lot of problems, but I do think there's a lot of good in it. I think the guitars are a little too faded. I know Noah mentioned like layered guitars a bit, or maybe not layered guitars, but the lead guitar being too quiet. And I agree. I think the lead guitar is hard to hear for most of the song. I do like the instrumental, specifically on the chorus. What I don't like here, though, I hate the decision they made vocally to like wave his vocals on the hook. That sounds awful. I'm not a fan of it whatsoever. It's not an, if that's supposed to be some like really cool vocal effect they put on, which it clearly is. Don't like it. Don't like the artist's decision there. Now there seems to be a theme, or at least maybe a theme in this song, of sort of being a visitor to Earth type of thing. Given the name is Star Sail, maybe somebody has left Earth and they this band is, or this guy at least, is the person they first come across, and that seems to be the theme that I'm getting. I don't know. We'll see for the rest of the album, but so far, not a huge fan. 6.5 to a 7. Whoops, that's Noah's. All right, Noah.
First off, I'm just gonna guess that there was probably some sort of psychedelic rock revival in the early '90s in England. It's based off like the Stone Roses, and now this. It's gonna make that uneducated guess. Now about the song.
Yep.
What happened?
I don't know.
I'm not sure of it. Did anything happen?
It was very dreary. It's kind of droned on.
I feel like nothing really happened. Shoegaze, I don't know if this is really shoegaze. I guess it kind of is. They sort of just create a wall of sound.
Somewhat, yeah.
But usually that wall of sound like moves around a bit into different melodies, and this one kind of just felt like it didn't do anything. It was just there for the sake of, like, for the aesthetics, I guess.
Okay.
But it's already not a very pretty aesthetic. It was just pretty boring, and the lyrics didn't really offer too much substance, in my opinion, and I'm not crazy about the guy's voice. So basically, I just went the long way of coming to a 5.
Long way of coming to a 5. All right, Cole.
Well, I mostly enjoyed the instrumental, although the guitars are like weirdly way too quiet, which
Yeah.
I don't really understand. Easily my biggest problem was the lyrics. These lyrics, I think these kind of suck. Honestly.
You've seen all the fires and the liars. Come on, man.
These are some Greta Van Fleet ass lyrics right here,
Oh,
honestly.
boy.
It's me throwing stones from the stars on your mixed up world. Shut the fuck up with that dumbass shit. But yeah, I mean the production is not great. But the instrumental is solid.
I don't think it really was, though.
I'll throw it a 6.
All right, up next, Slide Away. Like that bass guitar.
This sounds like Coldplay.
That little noise they made. I'm just waiting to hear Liam Gallagher start singing. I don't know why.
This sounds like Bono. This sounds like you too. Honestly. Gosh, he sounds like Bono.
I hate that lyric.
I hate that lyric. You always do that something. The fuck is that something?
I don't know. It's a weird instrumental. Oasis reference? Which one?
That was the quietest guitar solo I've ever heard in my life.
Your times and my highs.
Lyrics are not getting better, man.
Kind
This
of
one
agree
felt-
with
They
that.
This felt like it had less direction lyrically than the last song.
This feels like they just heard. I mean, he sounds like he just copy and pasted Bono's vocal style, and then they just took like it's just like elements of other bands that were big at this time, and they're just like copy and pasting a bunch of different parts of big bands at this time, and then just putting a lot of reverb and distortion on it. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here, and it's just some like I don't know. I'm 17 and these lyrics are super cool or something like
They're not
I don't
deep, but they're
know.
interesting.
I I cannot get behind these lyrics at
Okay.
all. I mean, these are like Coldplay lyrics to me. Um, yeah, it's lacking so much uniqueness to me. It just feels like a mishmash of other people, and none of the people that I mentioned I'm all that big a fan of anyway. So I don't know, I'm feeling like a 5 on this song. I'm not feeling it.
5. All right. Eh, So there were things they did better than the first song, and there were things they did worse. I agree with Cole. The lyrics did get somehow a little bit worse. So far there has not been a whole lot of great lines from this guy. Very, very late teenager ass type of lines, like just not.
Real 90s teenager stuff.
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on,
just not. This has not. How do I say it? Evolved well, I guess you could say. However, that being said, there were some good elements to this instrumental. I thought it had some cool bits and pieces they added in. The guitar, for example, I thought was better on this song. I like that bass intro they had. The Cole, you mentioned the solo. The solo was really weak because you could barely hear it. And it was short as shit. It was short as hell. Outside of that, not a whole lot to talk about because not really a whole lot happened. The hook was kind of cool, but it was also very short and it didn't really give you a whole lot of taste. I'm going to go dead on where I basically had. I'm going to do another 6.5. Good, bad, and just a whole lot of wishing for more. Noah.
These lyrics leave me more confused than anything.
Yeah, they're very
confusing.
I
read your mind because it takes me where I can find.
Yeah, he does say that.
What are you talking about? You never go into enough detail for us to make an educated guess. It's just leaving all like open-ended questions of no possible answers, and it's not for the sake of being mysterious.
Well, they're trying to be vague on purpose. And
I think it's fucking stupid, and they're not doing it very well.
Yeah,
man. It's not like it's making me think of some interesting things. It's just it comes off as not very good songwriting or lyric writing. I guess the instrumental is more enjoyable on this one. I felt like it had more direction, I guess. I could hear more things going on.
Sure.
Which was nice, I guess. Guitar tone-wise, this is in the space between raw and not raw. Like, there's like this weird middle section.
The distortion section.
Of like, it sounds like it's like radio pop rock tones.
Why are they so quiet? It's shoegaze. It's supposed to be loud.
Yeah, I know.
It's supposed to be in your face.
I'm feeling another 5.
Up next, we have Already There. Vocals are normally soft and instrumentals loud in both shoegaze and space rock.
Yep.
Oh, you're okay, Nathan. We've had so many people tell us that, though. I get it.
Just read ahead of the lyric. Oh boy.
Wow. Save your books and your pills, Cole. Oh, okay. That's right, Nathan. You did say that. You good, bro.
He's so quiet.
Sounds like he's singing from my closet. He's there.
He's there. Here. There. Everywhere.
That's like a school poster type of lyric.
Is this a Dare ad? Is that what this song is?
Boy, these lyrics are rough.
That was such a soft explosion.
It had no intensity to it.
It had no boom. Feeling a 0 on the boom meter. Feeling a doom.
Well, that was short.
Train wreck.
I gotta say,
That was.
these lyrics better improve soon.
They're not going to.
Verve fans, if you get this far in the YouTube video, don't make any excuses for them being young or anything.
debut album, Noah?
I don't fucking
Nas
care.
was 17 when he wrote Illmatic. I don't want to hear a word.
God, that reminds me of the fucking Tony Stark Elvis. What was that line go?
Tony Stark
Box of
built this in a
scraps.
cave with a box of
Box of
scraps.
I'll bend
I
them
mean,
back and
fucking
bend them
television came out with Television's debut was in Marquee Moon.
Or the Crimson King. You know, just some stuff people made when they were really young. There's no excuse.
Was Robert Plant even 20 when he's at the Monkey? I don't even know.
Nah, Jonathan, that's not true. I've been listening this whole time.
You don't know what you mean.
This music is atrocious.
Oh boy.
What the fuck was that? What was that? What type of build is that? That was an extreme letdown. Are you fucking serious? I thought they were getting us somewhere, finally. Bro.
Oh, you didn't have to repeat
But
it.
I'm a creep.
A weirdo.
He literally just said, hello, hi, are you? Yes. Well, that explains it.
I know.
That, bro, I'm gonna go look at the lyrics right now because you were walking around like you're some kind of angel. Hello, hi, are you? Yes. Will that explain? Are you trying to say that, like, the only interpretation I can make is that he's asking this person who he thinks is walking around like you're some kind of angel, are you an angel? Yes. Well, that explains it. What in the fuck lyricism is that? That is ass. Outside of what we all agree on already, this lyricism has been abundantly awful. This one was the worst by far, though. I mean, the vagueness, the mysterious atmosphere, the absolute just canopy of people of this guy trying to make himself sound so much deeper and weirder than anyone else. Like, it's complete crap. It's see-through. You can it's made up. There's no underlying theme or message here whatsoever. So yeah, you're getting a 1 from on the lyric scale. You're getting a 1 from me. On the instrumental, it's not terrible. Cole was right. It's not mixed very well. I don't quite enjoy it. How it sounds. However, it's by far not the worst part of the song. The builds are the most disappointing part of the song. I mean, basically the first build is non-existent. There's zero intensity, it just goes into it. The second build, the end build, you feel it, it's starting to come, and then it just lets itself it just goes away. And just out of thin air, it's like, okay, we're gonna do something, and then nothing happens, and it dies. I'm just like, why? Why'd you start a build and then not do anything with it? Complete train wreck of a song. I'm just annoyed on all scales. I'm actually annoyed by this song. I'm giving it a 2. Cole. I'm sorry.
I don't know how they killed the aura of a shoegaze song, which I just wasn't aware you could do that. I mean, that was just like the definition of meandering to nothing. Like, nothing happened on that song. Production was terrible. The lyrics were awful. And good Lord, it felt like it was 10 minutes long. I mean, just nothing happened. And their sad little attempts at, like, these big moments were so short-lived and underwhelming.
But there was no payoff. There's none.
Yeah, I know. They were short-lived and underwhelming.
Yeah.
Golly. like a 2.5 to a 3. That was bad. That was really, really bad.
Extremely disappointing. All right, Noah.
This is so unmemorable. Like, I wish I got to go first, because I could just feel any memories of this song fading as you guys kept going. Because nothing happened. What happened? Guys,
it didn't even have
a couple attempts at builds happen.
It didn't even have a memorable atmosphere to it.
It was so fucking weak, dude. It's just been so. I came into it not like with pretty mid expectations. And it's kind of shitting on that. It's been pretty rough. The lyrics were worse than I imagined they would be. The guitars just don't sound very good, and when they do, they're so quiet. It has no punch.
No punch.
Yeah, I'll give that a 3. I'm actually starting to get a little annoyed with these songs kind of playing out the same over and over again.
All right, up next, Beautiful Mind. No, you're fine. This is my first time listening to it too, Jonathan.
You say you will.
All right, these vocals are ass.
Thoughts.
I hope this gets better vocally. What's up, Mecca?
What? How is it the end of your sentence? That is so fucking stupid.
I like this instrumental.
I'd like it more if he just wasn't here.
Yeah, I agree.
Because then it'd just be like space rock, ambient music.
Wow.
There's some neat stuff going on with the guitar. It's just so quiet.
Yeah, and then he starts talking and ruins it.
Cole, exactly.
This guy might be ripping off Bono vocally more than the Greta Van Fleet singer ripped off Robert Plant on their debut album. I mean, it's wild how much he sounds like Bono.
Is this the slowest singer in history?
I don't know.
It's a low bar there, Hugo.
Is there a certain lyrical topic in this one that you guys have found?
No, I found nothing other than him exploring his own thoughts. Because he keeps having random
His
thoughts.
own 16-year-old thoughts.
I'm sure these songs are really deep if you're on like drugs and your brain is working at like 10% capacity, but
16.
a normal person sees that these lyrics are pretty stupid.
I don't get that at all. Your smile in a hand mixed like water with sand. What?
What does your hand have to do with their smile? What? Okay. For some fucked up reason, that's probably gonna be like the best, the second best song on this album.
Yep.
Well, it was a shame what it really was, because that was like a really pretty, ethereal instrumental going on there. And then this fucking idiot had to open his mouth and write some of the dumbest fucking lyrics of any song on the 90s, apparently, or at least any like underground song of the 90s. I mean, they're just so stupid.
Yes. Yes.
They're not even like adult pretentious like Oasis. They're like
It's like a
I'm
drifting
16
thought.
and I took one psychology class and I think I understand how the fucking universe works.
It's literally just a drifting thought going into his head, and then he's like, "Oh, that was interesting. Okay, a new one coming in now."
If this was literally just an instrumental, I mean, it would be like an 8.5 probably. But this guy's lyrics and the fact that he's just ripping off Bono just with reverb, or more reverb, I guess, I puts it at like a 6.5 to a 7, I guess.
So, okay. Yes, 100% agree with your opinion here, Cole. This instrumental is actually really pretty damn good. Very pretty, very ethereal, creates a cool aesthetic. Problem is, this guy sounds terrible on it. I mean, ignoring how awful the lyrics are, and we've all made our point about that multiple times this album, this one being the peak of trash. He doesn't even, he is singing like he's barely finishing these words, and I'm like, dude, your thoughts aren't that provoking. Fucking sing. You have no interesting thoughts in this song. Stop trying to make them sound so deep by slowing down your words. It's terrible. It's annoying. God, that was just brutal to do that. And finally he stopped doing that, so I was like, okay, whatever. But for the instrumental, at the very least, I'll give it a 7, because I thought the instrumental was really, really good. All right, Noah.
Something about that phrase you said about the guy singing and lyrics made me think of a completely different band that I won't bring up.
Okay.
Thought-provoking lyrics.
Tell me later.
I will.
Okay.
Okay. It's a good instrumental. I don't know if I'm as crazy about it as you guys are, because there's a couple guitars that are so fucking quiet. Like there's some pretty cool descending guitar lines that I had to like really zone in to hear.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I should have to do that to hear, every part of the song. I don't care that it's their debut album. I'm gonna view every album the same. I don't fucking care. I don't like how this is produced, even though it did have like a good idea. It was just not executed to the best of its ability, and I'm not going to talk about the guy singing, because
we covered it pretty extensively.
We're all kind of aware of how much he is negatively affecting this song. I'll give it a 5.5.
All right, up next, The Sun, the Sea.
That's a little upsetting.
That is.
This is more than just being
is a very weird sounding tone right now.
It's Bono.
I would say, if you didn't tell me who this was, I would say this is U2.
It's creeping me out.
She calls me the sun, the sea.
Ew. No.
No.
Just no.
Alright, that was said. I'm 14 and this is deep.
The guitar player is even doing his best imitation of the Edge right now.
He's edging.
Get it? Like TV guy.
The lyrics
like,
are
guy,
over. There's
like,
2.5 minutes more of this song.
Do you get it?
Maybe that's a good thing.
Like TV guy.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Ryan.
no, he's a genius.
Oh, they're not over, but apparently they are over.
Yeah, the person writing the lyrics got sick of this.
That was one of the most U2 transitions I've ever heard.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh?
This does not fit the vibe.
Well, this is different.
Cole's not enjoying this. He's seizing.
No. Why is this happening?
Oh!
Lord.
This doesn't go together well. It's such a bitchy tone.
They're layering it.
Wow.
Because you want to hear more of it. More
No.
sex. Okay, this is making me fucking
What
hate
is
this
this
song.
full house ass saxophone doing in this song? What is this 70s, 80s sitcom ass saxophone doing in here?
It's so annoying.
Well,
Weren't we?
at one point.
We're doing okay. Now we're doing bad. We start. Are we fading out?
Yes.
That was one of the most
Now that's
awkward,
jazz.
out of place things I've ever heard in a song in my life. What the fuck?
I'm up to bat. Yippee! Fuck these lyrics. Fuck
Ooh.
Bono Jr.
Oh
Oh my
It's
god.
Bono without any vocal range.
Bono
And
without any vocal range.
The
Bono with
instrumental,
reverb.
the instrumental's okay for most of it, I guess. It was fine. I didn't hate it. Then the saxophone came in. Awful tone. That tone was brutal. It was actually upsetting to hear. It was so disgusting. Especially when it got in those higher registers, starts screaming at you. And then they decided, you know what? Let's layer that. Let's do it again. We need more.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song, just because of that, it's probably my least favorite song on the album.
Oh boy.
I'm feeling a 2.5.
2.5. I would like to go. So we were doing something pretty cool with the instrumental here at one point in this song, about maybe a minute and a half in. We started this really heavy, just full of sound wall coming at you, which was really cool, especially when the lyrics went away. And we started getting into this really big shoegaze type of noise, and I was a big fan. I was like, wow, we're doing something, finally getting into the shoegaze part of the song. And we started out with that as well, and then for some reason we bring in a jazz section, mainly from a saxophone.
This is a saxophone.
Mainly just a saxophone that comes in. And at the very start, the absolute very start of it, I was like, oh, this kind of sounds okay. And then I'm like, oh, no. We start going high pitch, squeaky saxophone, and then we layer that on top of each other, like Noah said. And it just ruined what was otherwise a really cool instrumental. I thought the instrumental overall was pretty good. I liked the sound while they came. It was big, it was loud, it was in your face, and it was probably the first time this album they'd finally brought something like that. And I was like, okay, maybe we're getting somewhere. Outside of that, the rest of the song is just not good. I mean, just not good. The lyrics were once again abysmal. We've mentioned this 100 times, though. Not a fan. He still sounds like he's on NyQuil or Dayquil or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That being said, he didn't sound as bad this song, but whatever, you know. I'm not gonna go 2.5. It didn't offend me like it did Noah. I'll go 5.5. Cool.
It did offend me.
I just felt like that was really meandering. I mean, it was like okay-ish for 90% of it. And then the fucking saxophone, which is maybe the most out of place instrument I've literally ever heard in a song in my life. Somebody said in the comments sounded SNL horns, and I wholeheartedly agree.
SNL horns. Oh wow.
It's a good call, Mecca. I mean, it was just a train wreck of a saxophone, and then they layered it, made it even worse. I'm feeling a 4 on that one.
All right, on to Virtual World.
Everything else is drenched in reverb, and then this fucking Kenny G saxophone comes in. That's not how this works.
This song felt like a confidence booster.
I guess you're getting something out of it.
Yeah.
We are. Which, more power to you, but I'm just telling you what I'm hearing, man.
Cross fingers, Mecca.
It's not on this album, Hugo.
Yeah, it's their most popular song.
If you just
fucking
look at
hate it.
Verve, you'll see it.
This is such a pretentious song. It's not even. It's like he's trying to be pretentious. It's like fake
Insert
pretentious.
Oasis joke here.
It's fake pretentious.
Oh Lord, they're doing a flute solo.
So we got a saxophone, now we get a flute.
Hey, what the fuck are they doing?
Is it mandolin?
Oh my god. That acoustic came out of fucking nowhere. It's so loud compared to everything else.
I'm really just waiting for something to happen. It's like significant.
I must admit I'm confused.
Gotta admit, he's a little bit confused.
Yeah.
There's still another minute.
There's still lyrics left.
This song is over. It builds up like something cool is gonna happen, and it never came.
Do not come. You did, Mecca. You did.
More flute, more reverb.
That's the most boring song on this album yet.
Damn.
Nothing fucking happened except for a weird kind of flute solo. It wasn't even really like a flute solo though, because he just started like mumbling to himself.
Sort of like
Yeah.
scatting over
I
it.
was about to say, it's like
I don't-
scatting, mumbling.
Nothing happened. Like that was so fucking boring. I mean, I can't think of a better definition of meandering than that. That was so bland. That wasn't even I don't even know what genre I would call it. It wasn't shoegaze. Certainly wasn't space rock revival. I don't really know what that was even trying to be, frankly, because it was just nothing. 4.
That was like someone saying they got you a Pop-Tart, and it's one of the ones without any frosting on top. So it's just bread. You're just eating toasted bread.
Pastry,
So-
actually.
Toast.
Pastry. Well, yeah. It's just. Wow. I mean, Cole kind of nailed it. It's a whole lot of nothing. I will say, the lyrics are pretentious as absolute fuck. To try and make something seem like you're actually saying something deep on this song when you are literally doing nothing of the sort is so frustrating to me, because you're singing like there's some sort of deep meaning behind your lyrics, and it's complete and utter bullshit. And I'm sorry if you're a Verve fan watching this on YouTube afterwards, and I know you're probably gonna say some deep, like, oh, the band was like talking about something and blah 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 blah. don't care. There is no other meaning behind this lyric or these lyrics other than to sound as fake as fuck as he is. And it bothers me. It absolutely angers me. Instrumental is weird as shit. Flute solos randomly that don't really sound very good, that don't sound in the song at all. Ups and downs, like, I mean, ebbs and flows of sometimes good, sometimes bad. No consistency. Overall, such a weird, boring little song. 4.5 to 5. No.
Oh man, that was so fucking boring. Like I'm actually starting to get like upset at the album for the lack of things that's happening, because it just feels like a giant waste of my time and everybody's time who's watching who's never heard this. It's just, when is anything gonna happen of interest?
I thought this was shoegaze.
This is
It
fucking
started
nothing.
that way.
It's fucking
It just
nothing.
sounds like a guy warming up for his session in the studio. That's what this sounds like.
I can't think of any qualities of
It
the
does-
song to talk about.
It does kind of sound like they're just like warming up their instruments
Seriously.
before they play a show.
Because there's no
That's
organization
what that song
here.
was.
It's just random.
It wasn't even like writing. Like
No.
there wasn't even structure to that. Oh, let's just go to the next one.
Yeah,
What are you
four.
giving it? 4? Alright, next we have Make It Till Monday. Shoegaze is kind of broad, but let's be honest, it's the basic answer, but MBV is the benchmark. Well, sure.
Yeah, but, I mean, there is shoegaze that doesn't sound that much like My Bloody Valentine. That's really good. It's just not. This is just so. There's just nothing happening in these songs.
I don't understand why this isn't hitting. Check out A Northern Soul by the Verve. Has more structured songs and instruments and great guitar work by Nick McCabe.
I feel that.
There's a shoegaze album that came out this year, or the year of this album, that's fucking crushes it. It's not even funny. This came out
What
the
year
same
is
year
this
of
one?
this came out the same year as Souvlaki.
Jonathan,
93.
Oh my lord, Souvlaki is so much better than this album.
Jonathan, you are a
Souvlaki is really good.
big fan of
Much better
disorganized
than
music.
this.
Not to say you're not. If it's doing it for you, I'm happy for you, though.
Hey, this is your vibe. This is your vibe. I'm not gonna.
Maybe if
Shit
you were
talk is-
all on acid, this would be a lot cooler.
I think I'd be asleep if I was on this.
I fucking hate this mixing. This production's pissing me off right now.
Yeah, it sucks to hear. What the fuck? Hold on.
Well, Mecca, we're not gonna.
For the record,
Mecca,
sorry. I
somebody
hate to
paid
pause
us to listen
This
to this.
is a
so
paid
we can't
album.
just.
We can't just switch
We
to
can't
go on. I'm sorry.
not listen to it. Somebody paid us to do it.
That's your hook? It's like a fever dream.
I'm sorry if you're a fever dream. This is boring as hell.
You're
Fever
good,
dreams
Mecca.
are chaotic.
Wow.
This has got to be the worst produced song on the album.
I know I'm not always the most keen on production, but holy shit, this is terrible.
I don't understand what they're trying to achieve with the like swirling effect going on with the vocals.
I mean, I see what they're going for.
I mean, it's
trying
just
to be all
distracting.
psychedelic.
It's
They're
just
trying to-
distracting.
They're trying to be psychedelic, and it's
Sure.
just swinging a gigantic miss.
I don't know what's happening here, though.
And it's over.
That
What?
was
Nothing
the song?
happened. Nothing happened. 3. I'm done.
Wow.
The song did nothing. I have nothing else to say about it.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard to judge this song because you're not wrong. This is really just a swirl of sound sort of going around your headphones, and easily the worst mixing on the album so far. The voice going whoa, whoa, and then there's like a layered vocal on underneath that, and then like another layered vocal singing a different part at the same time. Oh boy, was that rough to heart, and distracting. Distracting is a great word. That's a terribly distracting song to listen to, trying to hear all the different parts, and you just can't. That chorus sucked. We've already mentioned how bad it is lyrically.
The chorus is there.
There was a one line where he said, "Are we gonna make it till Monday?" I'm not even gonna go that much higher than a 3.5. Cole.
I didn't even realize there was a chorus. It's so hard for me to focus on this album. I just keep zoning out. I don't even want to say that like there's cool ideas here, because none of their cool ideas are actually their ideas. They're just ripping them off from other people. So they're just like rehashing things that worked for other bands, but they're doing it way worse.
And we know they're doing it worse because they came out in '93.
And it's like, it's not even good melodically. Like the melodies aren't even like catchy or resonant at all. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to be hanging on to here. Its atmosphere is just like ripping off a ton of people, and he's Bono vocally with reverb. Yeah, I mean, I'll give this song a 4.
Blue.
2 more songs after this, guys. Come on. We can do it. What is that noise?
It's something reversed. I don't know.
Not
Maybe
a
they
bit.
reverse a symbol. It's on my hat.
I know the whole point of shoegaze is that the instrumental is way louder than the vocals, but like this is poorly produced. Unbelievably quiet guitar solo back there. I don't know if y'all heard that.
You heard that too?
Yeah.
Hear it again?
It's kind of playing still.
It's
So quiet. Sounds like a mouse squeaking.
Go again.
It's like he's in another room.
You might be.
Brain blown eyes. What?
If I was the guitar player, I'd be so fucking mad with this mix. It's, the guitars are always so quiet, like the lead playing.
I'm liking the guitar would be cool if I could hear it.
Right?
It got a little louder.
I like this.
It's still way too quiet.
They just need to let loose. Let the guy go crazy.
He's playing. It's just quiet.
So, a tremendous improvement from what the rest of the album has been so far, in my opinion. Unfortunately, production strikes again, and as Noah pointed out multiple times and Cole did, the guitar, which was easily the best part of the song, was so quiet and hard to hear. You have to wait till he's not singing to even hear him at all, or basically the end of the song. That being said, that tone and riff at the end of the song is very cool, and I do like it. It's too short though, because the song ends there, and it's it had its moments. Instrumental was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. He was singing vocally probably the best he's done so far in the album. Once again, the lyrics I do not appreciate, and I think that I still really don't know what the hell he's talking about, but at least there was a theme to this song. Clearly he's talking about something named Blue, someone named Blue, probably some type of drug. They were all doing it anyway. I'm assuming blue is the metaphor for a drug. Whatever. Outside of that, not much else to talk about. I did like the drumming though on this. I thought that was good. I will go my highest in a long time at a 6.5. Noah.
I'm not as generous as you.
Okay.
I wouldn't say tremendous improvement. It was once again we have risen back to okay. We are back to semi-tolerable music.
Well, that is a considerable improvement from where we were.
Lyrics, vocal melody, all that. Whatever. It's fucking whatever. I get nothing out of it. Instrumental, it's just produced like ass. It's not enjoyable. Wish I could hear the guitar and what's playing, but instead I just hear it squeaking every now and then. It was just a fucking nothing burger. That's what a lot of this album has felt like. So sure, I'll give it a 5.
All right, cool.
I mean, yeah, it might just sound better by comparison to the other song. I mean, it is better than the last handful of songs. Because I guess it just had a little more energy to it.
It did.
But it's still not something I'm ever going to listen to again. And I mean, yeah, I understand too that there are different ways to mix music, but I don't know why you would want a guitar solo. Like I don't need to strain my ears to be able to hear the guitar solo. Like this should be front and center. I don't know why you would do that.
No, he said there are other ways to mix than just changing the volume.
Okay. I'll throw it a 5.5.
All right, Butterfly.
6 minutes, 40 seconds.
He just put a phaser on that shitty guitar thing. Swans was influenced by this note.
Of course.
You probably haven't heard that song.
I guarantee I haven't. It's probably off like what, soundtracks? No, I have not. Is it just the title track?
No, it's called Frankie M.
I'll hear that album one day. In all its longness.
Oh
Here we
no.
go again.
Oh my lord, they're
Yeah.
isolating it.
Wow.
I think the saxophone just farted.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a farting sax. I've never heard that before. Got some small little Congo drums right there.
They're like, we don't want you to hear anything anymore.
That's how it feels.
There it is. Mecca called it.
It's not as bad as the first one, but it's still not good.
Wow. Wow. Reverbing a saxophone.
Ugh.
What do they tell this guy to play?
This is so incredibly displeasing.
I'm gonna have a very controversial
This is
opinion.
just like forcing psychedelia so hard.
Oh. Then a ripping guitar.
And it's gone.
That was the best guitar tone on the album.
It was 5 seconds.
It's that.
And now we're just doing. Wow. Lost me entirely.
It's like they're trying to do some sort of spiritual jazz jam, but it just doesn't do good.
I think you're probably right. That's just now that you said that, it
Why
sounds
is it
like
so
that.
fucking tribal? I have absolutely no idea. This is the first song on his album to have this back tone, I guess.
I mean, I've really just lost all patience with this album at this point, waiting for something interesting to happen. Like, interesting in a good way.
You know, there's moments in this song where I was like really compelled. I was like, holy wow, this is very unique and different that they're doing here. It's not really something I had heard before. And every single time that would happen, that would come on, there would be something that immediately killed my vibe. Mainly the saxophone, because I thought that saxophone had some good moments, and then it would get killed by this, like we said, this tribal beat that would come in. And it was just like, where the fuck did this idea of like putting a saxophone and then start playing random ass notes on top of a tribal beat come from? Because it didn't fit with the song at all. It really didn't fit with the theme. Now, again, lyrically, I have no idea what the fuck this guy's talking about. Butterfly, and the lyrics had nothing to do with the butterfly or even a metaphorical butterfly in this case. I don't get that at all. But the coolest part of this song was the guitar that came in for about 5 seconds and then immediately left. And it was actually blaring at a pretty high volume, and then it just died again. So they took away the one cool part of the song. The tribal music made no sense. This album has not been about tribal music whatsoever. I don't know. Somebody said, this is space rock. How the fuck is this space rock? I mean, if it is, then I don't get the genre of space rock because it doesn't make any fucking sense. This is
psychedelic space rock. I guess.
Where's the space rock coming from? This is tribal music. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
Drum group.
5. Cole.
Yeah, I'm still not on board with that saxophone at all. I don't be interested to know what they told the saxophone player to play. I mean, I'm guessing it's the sessions player.
Probably.
I'd just be interested to know what they told him to do. Because I don't really know what he was trying to do.
I don't know if he was playing on the same instrumental they were playing on. Maybe he just recorded something solo.
I don't know, but it didn't really work very well. I just really unmemorable, and really felt like they were forcing it to be psychedelic as much as they could.
Yeah,
but just not being successful about it. I'll throw it a 5.
Noah.
This 47 minutes and nothing has been fucking taxing. They're trying so hard to force an atmosphere on you, and it just doesn't work. Nothing's happening. Nothing pleasurable has occurred. Maybe that guitar that was in it for 5 seconds.
That was cool.
But then they fucking threw it away.
Yeah.
More fucking saxophone that does not sound good. And let's make it almost a 7-minute song too. People are gonna fucking dig this. It's so out there, man. It's so experimental, man. I'm fucking sick of this. 4.
All right, the final song on the Verve's album called "A Storm in Heaven."
Oh,
not a ballad. No.
Have a good time.
Not a ballad. Please.
That's it. Every track, including the hidden bonus track. There's a hidden bonus track? Oh, I hope it's a ballad.
Okay.
I do get
referencing Stuart Griffin.
Shut the fuck up, Noah.
Well, now you give it away.
It's obvious.
Why would that be obvious?
The way he said it. I'm not seeing you in the next one. I'm not.
Oh.
Get the tissues. I always got tissues, brother. Don't worry.
Get the tissues
That's
and you're in a
something
block
very
here.
different.
Time to cry in space.
Hating this in space. Oh boy. Something about that melody. It's so corny.
That's not that bad of a piano.
It's so corny. I feel like it's been done so many times.
song. I'm realizing.
Yeah.
At least it's over quickly.
Can we rate? Yeah. Can we just do a speed round for the ratings?
You two can.
Yeah, I'm feeling a speed round here. All right, speed round 4.5.
Wow. All right, 4.5. Cole.
I mean, that was just really for me for what they were trying to do. That was like so devoid of emotion for me. I felt nothing listening to that. They were trying to go really sentimental and
Yeah.
powerful and no, just none of it landed at
Come on.
all.
That was
Speed-
like
speed
this is
it
a
up.
failure of a speed round.
4.
Well, I did not agree to a speed round, so I will not make mine. But I was gonna say that this was, I mean, for the vocally, I didn't think this was anywhere near as bad as the rest of his album has been. Continuing to be pretty poor lyrically, but not nearly as bad lyrically as the rest of his album has been. Nothing interesting about the melodies. The piano I thought was actually good though. Didn't have a single issue with the piano. I know some people did. Yeah, I mean, Cole's right. It was going for a very sentimental sort of see you guys next, in the next one. I mean, it's literally the song title. Going for sentimental. There's just no feeling. Felt just not very emotional. Didn't really feel anything from his voice at all. Just 5.5 at best. It is final rankings time, and for all the Verve fans out there, this was our very first album we've ever listened to them. It is also their debut album, so we do recognize this was probably not their best work. That being said, we rate albums as we get to them, not based upon where they are in their discography. So, final rankings for those who've never been here. We take our top 3 of the album, we put them in order. We rank the album 1 to 10 as a whole, and we give our final thoughts. Noah, you seem to have a lot of thoughts. So
let me run.
Let me
fucking run through this. Let me go through my quote-unquote top 3.
I'm so mad.
All right, I guess we'll go fucking Star Sail. The 3. Slide Away at 2. Beautiful Mind at 1.
Okay.
Okay. I felt like a broken record over this entire thing. Because this sounded like a broken record. Just the same things happening over and over again. Nothing of interest occurred. Some really, really shitty lyrics. A guy that thinks he's Bono. Guitar playing in the very back corner of my ear. Horrible production choices. This felt so much longer than it really was.
I'll give you that.
Really
it did
boring.
feel a little long.
So yeah, I'm feeling like a 3.
Ooh.
That was not enjoyable.
Disaster class. Okay, good lord. All right, Cole.
You have to show me my ratings.
Let me find your highest. So Star Sail, you gave a 6. Beautiful Mind, you gave a 6.5 to a 7. And the next highest you gave was Blue at a 5.5.
Y'all can do the math on that.
Okay. So that would be Blue at 3. And then you have to choose between Blue at 3, Star Sail at 2, Beautiful Mind at 1. There you go.
Right. That was just like a collage of like, hey, this stuff that other bands are doing is popular right now. Let's steal it and put reverb on it. Yeah, that's a debut album, right?
Sure.
We're not gonna produce it particularly well, and we're gonna write some really fucking awful lyrics. I mean, there were moments where it was fine and even decent occasionally instrumentally, but for the most part, I felt like there was just nothing happening, like at all. Like there's just nothing compelling. There's nothing emotional. I mean, it's just a mismatch of other popular artists at the time, like U2, because that guy's literally trying to be Bono. Oasis. I don't think Coldplay existed yet, but I don't know.
Not yet.
Just really, really bland, honestly, with some okay decisions here and there, and then more questionable or bad decisions than I wanted there to be. I'll give this like a 4.5 to a 5.
4.5 to a 5. All right. My top 3. Yeah, I guess I'll go Slide Away at 3, Star Sail at 2, Beautiful Mind at 1. Yeah, so I mean, these two kind of covered all the issues I have with this album as a whole. Vocally, I thought this was pretty weak vocally. I'm not gonna lie. I did not fuck with his vocals very much. Lyrically, obviously, we all say the lyrics kind of sucked, just overall. Now, maybe this guy was super young when he wrote these lyrics. I have no idea how old he was. Maybe he was in an age where this was exactly what he felt. That's entirely possible. I have no idea how old he was. But the U2 comparisons are kind of legit here. I'm not going to lie. He does sound a little bit like it. And so does the instrumentals, too. They didn't really stray that far away either. Everything we've heard from chat, however, has also said that this is the only album where they sound like this, where they do extreme shoegaze instrumental, experimental music and stuff like that. And the rest of their discography is apparently very Britpop, which is very interesting that this is how they started and then where they go to. And they become a lot more popular when they go to Britpop. So it leads me to believe this did not do very well for them. And you know, if you look at the Spotify streams as well, you can see that it didn't do very well for them compared to the rest of their discography, which is what they seem to be much more known for. I think they probably didn't really like how this turned out, and ultimately I can see why, because it doesn't really sound that polished and it doesn't sound good. That being stated, there were people in chat who were enjoying this. Jonathan enjoyed it. He was like, you know, a big fan. There is some audience for this type of music, this very dreamy, angsty sort of teenage music with very little flow, very inconsistent type of thing. There's audience for that. It just, you know, it's not going to be a very big one. All that being said, I will give this probably a 5 out of 10. It's not the worst album I've ever heard recently, but it's pretty rough. It is missing a whole lot of issues to it, a whole lot. But that being said, thank you so much to the subscriber who paid for this album request. I hope you felt at least we tried to give an honest reaction, even if it wasn't our favorite. But thank you very much for the album request. We really appreciate it. If you guys would like to drop your own, let us know. You can DM us on Twitter. You can send an email. We'll be pausing the paid ones for just a bit to try and get caught up on some of our videos, and we will let you guys know when we're resuming them again. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a like down below and hit subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. Also, if you want to watch us do these live, we do every album live, every album review. Hit the bell and hit all so you can get notified when we go live. And we also post there on Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.